How's it going, everyone? Welcome back to yet another weekly warehouse update. Pretty exciting stuff this week. You're gonna want to stay tuned for when Trevor does his little spiel, because it's pretty exciting. He's gonna spiel. He's gonna spiel all over this thing. But first, we got some Discraft stuff. I'm gonna just go left to right because we got a lot to go over. So you're gonna be with me for a little bit here. First off, Fly Dye Passions. We also, I think, still have some Z Light Passions that hit the site last week. So Fly Dye is always fun, but Fly Dye, in my experience, a lot of times they were ran on crystal. I don't know if it's still the case. So back in the day, Fly Dye was always a little bit more overstable. So take that with a grain of salt. I haven't thrown in a long time, but these could be slightly more overstable. We also have a restock on Get Freaky zones. It's been a hot minute since we've had these, I feel like, and every time we get them, they sell out pretty quick. So if you're a fan of Brody, or if you're like me and you just like, I am also a fan of Brody, but I love just the gumminess of Crystal Flex plastic. Like, that's one of my favorite zones to throw. To be honest with you, I probably need to put a Get Freaky back in my bag. The Z zone in my bag and I have kind of been beefing recently, so it might be time to go back to a Get Freaky. We also have the new art, I think is what they're calling this, Meteor, but basically it's a stock Meteor, but then they have this like meteor storm in the middle there. Really, really fun idea to like bring some new life to a stock disc. That one has a camo stamp in the middle, so I kind of grabbed an ugly one there, but there you go. You can see it good on this one. That's just a lot of fun. They also did it on the Scorch, which is down here. Pretty cool too. I don't even know what's going on in that stamp. I'm not going to analyze it. Then over here we have a full foil AB zone. Look at this thing. It literally looks like it's like neon. Wow. Because it's like, typically the full foil stuff's like not, it's like matte, like it's not reflective. This one's reflective, and it's one of the coolest looking discs I've ever seen, because it almost looks more like an Ultimate disc or something, but it's like its zone. And like, the grip feels great. Like, it's not really slick or anything like that. I think it's just like an ESP zone, but like in the sunlight, I mean, this thing is gonna legitimately just like glow, and it's just incredible. I don't think I'm gonna have to sell you on it. I think you can see it and you're gonna want it. It's unreal. Don't know how they fly. I would imagine it'll just fly like an ESP zone, but let's be honest, you're not getting it for the flight. You're getting it because, I mean, that's just sick. Also, speaking of AB, we got some ESP Glow Venoms. Trevor was throwing these yesterday. They kind of bomb. Definitely still have the Venom stability to them. And this, like, I guess it's the glow additive or something, gives the ESP a little bit more grip. I'm going to be completely honest with you because I'm not sponsored by anyone. This feels like Star Plastic. This just feels like a good run of Star Plastic, which ESP a lot of times doesn't. So this feels phenomenal to me. As an end of a simp, this thing feels unreal. So really, really good run of Venoms there. As we move down the line, we got the Z Light drive. I know you're thinking, oh, Z Light, that means this drive's gonna be incredibly flippy. Trevor was throwing it yesterday for some social posts, and like, you can definitely get some flip up, but you get some flip up just like you would of the typical drive. It basically, like, this one comes in at 158 grams. It was just kind of effortless to get it to go far, but like, he was leaning into it, throwing it as hard as he could, and it was not like turning and burning or flipping up and cruising. Like, it was just bombing is what it was doing. So if you haven't checked out the drive yet, it's basically a longer passion, which I don't know what else you could be looking for in your life than a longer passion. But if you're like, maybe I won't be able to flip it up, you can try the drive, because it's definitely easier to get up to speed, but don't be scared if you got a big arm thinking it's gonna be crazy flippy compared to the normal drive. This one's near and dear to my heart. The People's Buzz is back in a little tour series action. This is Michael Johansson's Icon Team Comet. So it's a Z-Flex Jawbreaker Comet. Look, okay, the Comet is not in a lot of people's bag because of the feel, okay? It definitely has a unique feel. Almost feels a little bit more putter-esque. But what it does is it provides one of the most dead straight, neutral flying mid-ranges you will ever find. I mean, this thing is just the most point-and-shoot disc out there. So if you're looking for something where you're like, look, I kind of want to just put a fun disc in my bag that I can just aim at the target, and if I throw it online, it's going to go there. It's not going to fade. It's just going to kind of fall. Check out the Comet. It's a 4.5 -2.1. I don't think that's quite true, especially in this plastic. I think it's got a little bit more stability to it, but it will, if you put it on hyzer, it will pop up a little bit, but if you throw it flat, like, it's barely going to turn. But the key is, like, it flies like a Frisbee. This thing's a ton of fun. I absolutely love it, and this plastic's awesome, and it supports Michael Johansson. If you don't know who Michael Johansson is, just look up Chipmunk Gate. I believe it was the Vibram Open playoff against Bradley Williams, and good old MJ was in that, and you just have to see what happens with the Chipmunk. But it was a whole thing back in the day. We also have X and fly dye cicadas. So if you're looking for a good neutral 7-speed, this is a great option. The X plastic's like their Pro line plastic. It's a step above baseline, step below premium. So it's got a like good premium feel to it, but it'll be able to beat in a little bit quicker. So if you're looking for a cicada to be a complement to your other cicadas and you want one to flip a little bit, this is your answer there. And I believe that's all that's over here. There's more Discraft that got added to the site that I don't have over here, but you can just check out the Discraft collection to see everything I just talked about and some more.
Alrighty. Haven't been on this thing in like 3 weeks, so let's see if I can remember how to do it.
Welcome back.
Thank you, Silas. So, monthly subscription box. We're revealing it early. We couldn't wait. And I'm especially excited because this box is my box. We did one maybe a little over a year ago with some of my favorite discs in it. This one I think is way better. This one is incredible. And I'm really excited to tell you about it. So this box is inspired by me. It's got my favorite molds in there and some pretty cool custom stuff as well that I'm gonna show you. So first, we'll start out with probably my favorite distance driver. Definitely the one I throw the most, and that is the Raider. So you're gonna get yourself a Raider, beautiful lucid Raider here if you haven't thrown these things. The reason I love them so much is they go really far. They're a fast disc, a 13 speed, but they don't feel super uncomfortable for a 13 speed, and they're a pretty forgiving driver as well. They'll start with just a little bit of overstability, and then they beat in and stay in a state where you get really awesome hyzer flip just bombs out of them. I've had the same Raider in my bag for like 3.5 years, and it flies exactly the same as it did when it was first worn in and broken in. So if you haven't tried these yet, I mean, they're just so incredible. Backhands, forehands. You get them beat in, you can use them for like huge long turnovers, or like I love to throw them on hyzer flips. So you're gonna get yourself one of them. Next, I'm so pumped about this. For those of you who don't know, I love the Stalker from Discraft. It's probably my favorite fairway driver, and recently Discraft announced that they're no longer gonna be making them right now. They're currently out of production. Well, guess what? We snatched up every last one we could, and we even put a cool Staub Mob overstamp on them. So you're getting a really cool Z-Stalker that is one of a kind because, well, one of everybody in the subscription box kind, but maybe won't even see it again because they're not making Stalkers, and hopefully they bring it back someday, but not in the distant future. What?
It's just the Z-Stalker.
The Z-Stalker, I should say. That's weird.
I'm pretty positive.
Interesting. In any case, yeah, so they have the cool overstamp on there on the Stalker. Really excited about these, and also they came in a ton of different varieties. They did really good with the foils on these, which I'm very excited about as well. If you've never thrown the Stalker, the reason I like it is they're 7 speeds. They're a very controllable fairway driver. I really like them because they fit just above that mid-range where you need a little bit more, but they still have the control of a mid. And they have a really, really awesome like long shelf life in the sense that they start out straight with even a little bit of overstability sometimes for at least the arms that are throwing maybe 300 to 350 with them. And then they really slowly, like in this Z plastic, they slowly beat in. And by the end, they are a great hyzer flip to turn disc, but they have a very long life and have a lot of different flight patterns, and each one of them is great. The one in my bag is just getting to the point now where it pops up the flat every time and just goes dead straight, but the Stalker is incredible. I love this disc, and that's why it's in here. And then this last disc I'm very excited about. So for those of you who don't know, I ran a signature disc with Finish Line earlier in the year, or late last year, earlier in the year this year, and it was the Supra, which is the mid that I throw for all of my like hyzer flip to turn like shots with the mid ranges. It's really nice and understable and goes really far. Well, we're running another one, and this one is actually in glow plastic. I'll show you some of the foils we have on these, but we did a new stamp, another kind of racing inspired stamp for the Supra. This is in the glow plastic, and we got a bunch of different foils. We've got a prism one here, a pink one. I know there were some flag stamp ones in there as well, but they came out really nice and flat, and I've actually heard that the glow ones have a bit more stability at the start to them, but they feel great in the hand. They're gonna have a ton of glide, and you're gonna get great hyzer flips out of these. Love the Supra. If you weren't able to get your hands on my original run of the Signature, this is your next chance, and maybe your last chance, you never know. So make sure to grab these in the subscription box as well. You're gonna love them. So yeah, that's what we've got this month. So you're gonna get the Raider, the Stalker, and the Supra. Like, I mean, there you go. That's all you need. You don't need a single other disc in your bag. You've got your distance driver, your fairway, and your mid, a great variety, a lot of versatile, shapeable discs, and 3 of my absolute favorites. So hopefully, if you like these discs already, you're interested in checking out the subscription box, or if you just trust my opinion on discs, which hopefully you do at this point, you can check out this box as well, because this is the chance to get these discs, your only chance to get these discs as they are, is in this monthly subscription box. So if you haven't signed up for that, make sure to go to the website and check it out. We have a limited amount of slots for these each month, so this will fill up. So don't wait super long, because it could fill up quickly, especially after we start promoting it. So make sure to grab one of these, and then yeah, you'll be signed up. And we do one of these boxes every single month, and they're amazing. And let me just tell you, the closer we get to the end of the year, these boxes are really going to start heating up, because we have some insane themes planned for the rest of the year you're not going to want to miss. But pretty excited about this one in particular for obvious reasons.
All right, we got a little Prodigy to tell you about. First off, we're going to talk through the MX2. Very unique disc. It's almost like a hybrid approach and mid-range disc. It's a 5-speed, but it's very overstable, low profile, beadless, very almost like chunky hand feel. Like if you're looking for a faster zone type of a disc, like this is it. It feels really, really solid. I think it kind of gets lost in their lineup because it is a part of the MX line, so people are expecting it to be like the MX3s are like really good, long flying mid-range. And the MX2, it complements that well, but it's definitely more, in my opinion, approach disc-esque. It definitely has that mid-range type vibe, but you can see the rim profile here where it's just like, it just, I don't know how to describe it. It just feels approachy in the hand. It feels very just like beefy, fat in your hand. I really enjoy the feel of it. And it feels great in my hand forehand, really fits there well. So if you're looking to take on a new, longer approach disc is how I would describe it. I would say it's a little shorter than a mid-range from when I've thrown it. So if you're looking to take that on, check out the MX2. It's almost like a beadless gator. I don't know if the gator had a bead, I'm pretty sure it did. That would almost be kind of how I describe it. It's in the 500 plastic. We also have some 500 plastic F7s here. The F7 is just a great flippy fairway. Trevor absolutely loves the F7. He's been throwing it for a while. It's just a fun, like almost trick shotty type disc. You throw it on hyzer, it's going to turn. You can throw like long forehand turns with it. You can get some good rollers out of it. It fits the slot that my it kind of fills. So if you're looking for something even flippier, we have something else for you too. So the F7 is just a great like usable flippy disc. And then we have the F9, which is one of the most understable discs on the market, period. If you're a brand new player and you're looking for a distance driver, check this one out. If you're trying to get someone into the sport and you want to get them a driver that they might be able to throw soon, check this out. Or if you're neither of those, you're an advanced player and you're looking for something that you could throw grenades with that's going to freaking flip and pan. You want some stuff that you could throw on hyzer and turn to rollers. You just want a trick shot disc. It's an 8.8. Is that 6? No, 8.6. I'm about to say 8.8. What are they doing putting 8 glide on a disc? And we know flight numbers are lying, but come on. 8.6 makes more sense. And -4 and then only 0.5 fade. So you can tell how understable this thing is. It's basically like a fairway driver version of the Rollo. So if that sounds like fun to you, which why wouldn't it, check out the F9. So that's a new Prodigy for this week as well. Wait, this is how we pick your orders now.
They can't hear you. I hope you fall so bad. All right, Discmania shells. We got some exciting stuff here. Gosh, man, I think Discmania has one of the highest percentages of good molds out there. Like, I really look around the shelf and I'm like, this is just good stuff. Okay, if you haven't given the new Discmania, what are you laughing at? If you haven't,
there's like nothing on the show.
We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27 molds in stock, and they probably only have 27. They just restarted. That's enough out of you. I'm going to show you some molds we just got back in stock. That are incredible, but if you haven't tried the new Discmania yet, you're really missing out, because it is genuinely great. I actually love all these molds. DD3, okay, incredible 12-speed. Hunter's thrown one a ton. They really, from the get-go in this S line, if you have good arm speed, that you can get them to flip up, and they just kind of turn into these hyzer flip bombers. Really, really awesome mold. Then we've got the DD1, a little bit slower, but similar idea. This is just kind of the 11-speed version of that. You get a little flip out of these, but a nice little fade at the end. Also want to highlight, we still have some of these awesome Doomstone FD3s, and we have some other Color Glow FD3s as well, and some stock ones. The FD3 is their most overstable fairway. A lot of people don't know, back in Paul McBeth's heyday, when he was with Innova, he was throwing FD3s all over the place as his overstable fairway of choice. And they're great. They're very comfy. They're not like unusably overstable, but they just have a really nice reliable fade. Great for backhand hyzers and forehands that you need to be nice and reliable into some wind. And then I'm going to tell you about 2 putters, okay? what I'm really excited about. So P3X, I've thrown the P3X a ton. Love this disc. I think it is really realistically one of my favorite throwing putters in existence because you get that nice low profile that I really like in a throwing putter because I can power grip it, and you have a bead, gives you some nice reliable overstability, but they're very shapeable as well. You can give them a little anhyzer to hold for a little bit and then just kind of drop. It's not just uselessly overstable, but if you give it hyzer, it'll go left. Like it wants to do what you wants to go on the line you throw it on, but it is a great throwing putter. So good off the tee. And then this one I'm excited about because we haven't seen much of this from just the new Discmania yet, but we have the S-Line P2. Another disc that I'll mention that Paul McBeth, back in his heyday with Innova, used to throw these off the tee as his main driving putter. So I used these a ton when I was coming up in disc golf because of that. These P2s fly just like the old P2s, feel the same as well. A little bit deeper putter if you like that feel, and they're beadless as well. They're gonna start out nice and overstable for you, bead it into a nice straighter putter. They go very, very far for a putter of this depth, I've noticed. And another great disc. I think Discmania has just an awesome putter lineup in general, and these things throw off the tee super well, and they're great to have in this S-Line plastic. So make sure to check out the Discmania. Always pumped about it. I think they have a clean look, great lineup, and we have a ton of them in stock, Silas.
We got some Trash Panda on the shelf, not just Trash Panda, custom Trash Panda. So first off, we have very few of the inner core and the ozone, but I don't know if you'll be able to see in the camera, but they're embossed with their foundation bar stamp right in the top left. There. I'll hold it there, you move.
There we go.
There you go. That was like one of those moments, I don't know if you've seen the viral TikTok thing right now where it's like, did you know you can flip something in a pan by just flipping the pan?
Oh, yeah.
And then everyone just like making fun of it. That was that moment of like, did you know you can make the glare hit by just moving the camera? Anyways, we got them on the inner core. We also have that same stamp on the dune. We got a bunch of these dunes in stock right now. If you're not familiar with Trash Panda, essentially the inner core is a neutral to flippy putter, understable putter. This is in their premium plastic. The dune is a flip up to dead straight mid-range, probably a 4-speed if I had to guess. This is also in their premium plastic. And then the ozone is a flippy fairway driver. This one actually has the Robbie C emboss on there, if you can see that. Yeah. Very few ozones left. We have the fewest ozones, second fewest inner cores, and then dunes. But yeah, if you're looking for just an understable fairway driver, they're fully recycled and fully recyclable. So very, very fun and sustainable plastic. If you want to support what's going on at Trash Panda and support what's going on at Foundation, pick one of these up or pick up all three. They're all a great time. Also on the accessory shelf, I want to highlight a few different things. First off, I got to shout out the Adidas golf hat here. We got the Foundation logo on the front, Adidas logo on the side, a little Adidas branding on the back. Super official. This is one of the nicest hats we've ever ran. It's performance, sweat wicking material. You'll look really good on the course. If you're a golfer and a disc golfer, this is a must. Or if you're just a tournament player and you want to look better than your card mates, also a must. We got it in black, and we also have it in my personal favorite, the gray. So very, very sick golf hat there. We also have a restock on the Crazy Caddy and the Crazy Caddy Pro. I talked about this a little bit last week, but we had so much going on last week, I just wanted to reiterate. These are just a lot of fun. If you're looking for a way to spice up your disc golf game, you just clip it onto your bag. If you're trying to just go out and practice, you can just give it a spin. It'll land on something. You throw that for the shot, for the hole, whatever, or you can play with your buddies. Crazy Caddy Pro gets a little bit crazier. It brings in things like skip shots, opponent picks, forehand roller, whereas the Crazy Caddy is more practice oriented in my opinion. You have putter, backhand, driver, forehand, mulligan, mid-range. So both really, really fun ways to spice up your disc golf round. So you can check both of those out. And then I'm just looking down here at these wristbands. They're always a great time. It's also just like, they're dirt cheap if you just want to look for something to just, I always wear a wristband. Mine's not a Foundation one, but if you're looking for a way just to rep the brand on the course and you're like, I don't really know if I want to buy a hat, I'm not a big hat guy, or the shirts, I know they're comfort colors, like the most comfortable shirts I could ever buy, but like I'm not into being comfortable on the disc golf course, I'd rather not, so I'm not going to buy that. I just want something just like kind of like scream, I'm a Foundation fan, but I'm not super proud of it. Check out the wristband. Really fun. Or if you're a Foundation fan and you're loud and proud everywhere else, might as well be on your wrist too. These are fun little add-ons. Or if you're buying a gift for someone's birthday or something like that, these are always great ones to just throw in there. A bunch of different color options, stuff like that too. But that's gonna wrap it up for this week. The big ticket item, the big highlight is the Trevor Staub box. We brought back the Trevor Staub Supra. They sold out very quickly. Actually, we did like a pre-order and sold a frick ton of them early in the year, but I know a lot of people missed out on them. So this is your chance to get them. In addition to that, obviously, you get the Stalker and the Raider. So that's the big thing. Obviously, also, we have a bunch of different restocks, and we'll be back next week to tell you about everything that comes in over the next 7 days. See you then.